ESO, Commissioner, and we have apologies from the Honorable Patrick Makau, Muhammad Ali, Okongo Mogeni will be here with us on Thursday to make a presentation. Honorable Matinga, Senator of Nyeri, apology, and Honorable Mudama. We also have the members from among you who assist the Speaker in the discharge of his duties. My distinguished deputy, Honorable Gladys Boss, is here. Honorable Mother Wangari is here. Honorable David Ocheng is here. Honorable Peter Opondo Kaluma is here. And Honorable Rachel Nyamai is here. Is Omboko Milemba in the house? And Farah Maalim, I'm sure they'll be joining us. If you look at your program, you'll see, for abundance of caution, the clerk and his team put yours truly as chairing all the sessions, simply because he didn't know who of my panelists will be here, being a recess period, and since some members had not confirmed attendance. So in the course of the meetings, they will be called upon to assist in chairing the sessions. Honorable members, allow me to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, our Majority Leader, Honorable Robert Mbui, sitting in for Junet Mohammed, the Vice Chairpersons and Chairpersons of all committees of the House, Honorable members, the Clerk of the Assembly, Samuel Njoroge. We're expecting the Chairperson of IEBC. I don't know if Ethicon is here yet. The Registrar of Political Parties, John Cox. Chief Executive Officer, National Government Constituency Development Fund Board, Bwanambuno, is he here? Senior parliamentary officers who have been introduced to you, distinguished resource persons, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable members, I welcome you here to this retreat with the theme, Securing Parliamentary Legacy, Delivering the fifth session's agenda and preparing for transition. Obviously, when we talk of preparing for transition, then it brings you to remember what Chinua Achebe said, that all women feel very uncomfortable when dry bones are mentioned in a proverb. So as it is now, when we talk of transition, we keep asking ourselves, who is transiting? Is it me? Is it you? But the ideal situation is to wish each one of you well as we face the next general election. Honorable members, we meet here in Naivasha at a defining moment approximately 17 months before the next general election. As political activity inevitably intensifies, this retreat offers us an opportunity to pause, reflect, and refocus. It allows us to step away from the politics that now dominate public discourse and to remind ourselves of our enduring constitutional responsibility of legislation, oversight, and representation of the people of Kenya with dignity and purpose. Honorable members, as we move closer to the election cycle, we must also remain alive to the political environment that naturally accompanies such a period. Experience teaches us that as political temperatures rise, positions harden, and competition intensifies. These dynamics are inevitable in a democratic society, but they must never be allowed to erode the integrity, dignity, and collegiality of this House. As we vigorously joust on the political field outside the precincts of Parliament, when we return to the chamber and in our committees, let us treat one another with decorum, respect, and restraint expected of honorable members. The authority of this House rests not only in the laws we pass, but also in the conduct we exhibit. As legislators, always remember that parliaments are not judged solely by the number of laws they pass, but by the impact those laws have on the lives of the people and the strength of the institutions they leave behind. Our deliberations here must therefore be guided by purpose, responsibility, and foresight. We are securing the institutional legacy that we shall hand over to the next Parliament. Honourable members, as we reflect on the previous session, there is much to commend. Attendance in the House improved significantly. Quorum challenges in the last session were minimal, and the quality of debate was notably enhanced. Legislative and oversight business progressed steadily, and I therefore thank and commend all of you members for your commitment and seriousness of purpose. I wish to note with appreciation the marked improvement in the relationship between the National Assembly and the judiciary. This progress demonstrates that while the doctrine of separation of powers remains fundamental to our constitutional order, institutional independence does not mean institutional antagonism. And indeed, last year, when we had the leadership retreat in Mombasa, we also had a colloquium with the judiciary led by the Chief Justice, and those who are there saw how the camaraderie between the two institutions evolved and developed, and going forward, we hope that that is what it will be. Our respective mandates must continue to be exercised with mutual respect, dialogue, and restraint. A cooperative constitutional architecture strengthens democracy, promotes stability, and ultimately serves the interests of the Kenyan people. I therefore urge this House to continue engaging the judiciary and other institutions in a manner that is respectful, consultative, and anchored in the Constitution. Allow me, honorable members, to also acknowledge the presence in our midst of PS Aurelia Rono, the PS in charge of the State Department for Parliamentary Liaison, who we have invited to sit with us, and along the way she will be able to pick bits and pieces of some of the frustrations we go through in engaging some members of the executive. Honorable members, the preceding session also had its low moments. The loss of the former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, was one such low moment. Agwambo, as he was fondly referred to, was a towering figure in Kenya's political history, whose life was devoted to public service, unity, and the advancement of our nation. His leadership, courage, and commitment to democratic ideals earned him admiration across generations and across party lines. As we remember the immense contributions he made to our country and to the parliamentary fraternity, let us honor his legacy and the values he stood for. Agwambo, as you know, was the only politician in this country, arguably, who fought a good political fight, respected the outcome, and patriotically made friendship with everybody that they had fought with. Many of you, I'm sure, back in your constituencies, hardly share a glass of water with your opponents. In the course of the fourth session, we also experienced profound sorrow following the passing on of 5 honorable members of Parliament and several members of staff whose dedication to service will not be forgotten. The members who passed on were the Honorable William Kipkorir Cheptumo, former member of Baringo North and Senator for Baringo, the Honorable Moses Malulu Injendi, former member for Malava, the Honorable Charles Ongondo Were, former member for Kasipul, the Honorable Mohammed Tubi Bidu, former member for Isiolo, and the Honorable Joseph Hamis Dena, former nominated member. The year was also sadly marked with the loss of former members of Parliament, who include the Reverend Kennedy Odhiambo Nyagudi, the Honorable Ambassador John Koech, the Honorable Dr. Phoebe Muga Asio,